to turn to breaking news, the stance of the Democratic Party in a lot of different ways over the last few years has been quite against primary challengers for the most part. It's been implied to hurt party unity. It's a waste of money. People working with some of these primary challengers has been blacklisted by, I believe, the DCCC. And so very against these primary challengers, which is why I was so surprised this morning when Nancy Pelosi announced that she was going to be endorsing Joe Kennedy in his primary challenge against sitting Democratic Senator Ed Markey. I saw that you had tweeted about it. You seemed to be surprised as well.
Yeah, it was shocking. I mean, when I ran against my Condon incumbent, both times Pelosi endorsed against me. When AOC ran, she endorsed against AOC. She's endorsed against against Cori Bush. Her policy is to just support the incumbent, and she's known Markey for many years. He was an incumbent in the House, so I do think it's a bit hypocritical. But I think it's going to backfire. Markey's been running against a dynastic politics. He's been running against establishment-based politics, and I think he's come off as the underdog and fighting for the little guy, and that's winning. So I actually think this just helps his narrative.
Yeah, we'll have to see if some massive fundraising surge comes out of this. But one of the reasons that it bothered me, not just because it lays bare the hypocrisy, and I know that Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is tweeting about that, but that also timing-wise, Nancy Pelosi, Representative Pelosi, her state is on fire. Like there are fires miles away from where I'm sitting right now. And so it's just great symbolism that she is breaking this seeming precedent that she has to endorse a guy who's up until very recently had investments in fossil fuels against Ed Markey, who is among the top leaders in elected office on trying to combat climate change. It's such a weird move, and I wonder, does it signal a change in the approach to these progressive challengers, that perhaps there's been too much progress and they feel like they need to get a little bit more aggressive against them? I don't know, but I certainly don't like the imagery when California is currently burning.
Yeah, I think it's just there's probably some long-standing relationship there between the Pelosi family and the Kennedy family, and Kennedy's calling in all his chips. I do think it shows that Ed Markey is in a strong position. I mean, he probably had to cash in a lot of chips to get the speaker to weigh in a race like this. But I won't look at it as anything more than that. And the good news is these endorsements usually don't matter. The mobilized people matter a lot more. And if anything, I think it's a sign of Markey's strength.
Yeah, I do wonder if this is a little bit more akin to Chuck Schumer's, like last minute endorsement in the New York primary challenge recently, as opposed to what it's being presented as a possible Clyburn last minute endorsement. It seems a little bit more like the former.
No, look, I have a lot of respect for the speaker, even though I disagree with her. And if she was endorsing someone in San Francisco for her seat, that may have a Clyburn effect, but not in Massachusetts. I don't think Clyburn's endorsement in Massachusetts would have the impact it has in South Carolina.
I think that you're probably right. And Congressman, as always, we appreciate you taking time out in a busy week to speak with us.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.